Welcome back, guys. Today I am going to recap a movie named The Dreamers, which is about a strange relationship of a brother and sister and an outsider. So let's begin. At the opening of the movie, we see a young boy, Matthew. He is an American and has traveled to Paris to learn the language. He likes watching movies very much. One day while Matthew is passing from there, he sees students protesting. There he meets a girl named Isabel. They both start talking and Isabel tells him, "I have seen you here before wandering alone." Then Matthew replies to her that I have come from America, and I don't have any friends here. Isabel then introduces him to her brother Theo. At that time, police arrive there and starts charging on crowd, so they escape from there. And while returning home they talk more. These three likes to watch movies a lot, that's why they become friends. Matthew was very happy because he finally got two new friends. After reaching the hotel, Matthew writes a letter to his mother mentioning Isabel and Theo, that I have made two new friends today. The following morning, Theo calls Matthew and invites him for dinner at his home. Matthew goes there and gets surprised by looking at their house because it was too big. Isabel then introduces him to her mom and her dad. Later at the dinner table, Matthew impresses Theo's dad by his smartness. He says that I wish Theo was like you too. Actually, Theo's father believes in peace, but Theo always supports Raleigh and Royce. Then the next morning, Theo's parents goes out for some work for a few days. Then Isabel kisses Matthew and asks him to stay at their house for the night. And Matthew agrees. At night, when Matthew goes to washroom, he sees both Theo and Isabel sleeping together without clothes. Matthew feels very strange on seeing siblings like this. Then he goes to bed and sleep. The next morning, Isabel wakes up Matthew by kissing him. Matthew finds it awkward, but then Isabel tells him that she always wakes up Theo like this. Matthew feels very strange because he does not understand what's going on between two of them. Theo then tells Matthew that our parents will not come for next 1 month, so you can stay here with us. Matthew then asks Isabel if she doesn't mind if I stays here. Isabel replies, "It was all my idea." Then Matthew agrees and starts living with them. I hope you are enjoying this video till now. Please like this video and subscribe the channel for more awesome videos. Now let's continue. They often used to play a game of dare. The rule was one of them will act the scene of any old film and the person in front has to tell the name of that film. If he is not able to answer, then he has to dare. One day, they were playing the same game and Theo wins this time. So he gives dare to both of them to get intimate in front of him. Isabel agrees and starts taking off her clothes, but Matthew refuses and runs to the bathroom. But when Isabel forces him, he agrees. And they both get intimate. Meanwhile, Theo watches them. Here, we get to know that Isabel is still virgin. It means that they both only sleep together and they do not have any sexual relationship. Actually, Theo and Isabel are twins and they were both linked together at the time of birth. That's why they are not ashamed of each other. They bath together, sleep together, but they don't have any sexual relationship. After that, Matthew asks Isabel that what if your parents get to know about all this? Then Isabel replies him that it will never happen, and if it happens somehow, I will commit suicide. One day these three were taking a bath together, then Isabel asks Matthew, "You say you love us. Can you prove it?" Matthew say, "What proof do you want?" Then they both start cutting his private part hair. Due to which Matthew gets angry and says that you guys always behave like kids. You are only grown from the body but your mind is still like a child. He then asks Isabel, "Have you ever gone on a date?" She says no, she has never gone out with any other boy other than Theo. Matthew then asks Isabel for a date and she agrees. Then the next day, Isabel goes on a date with Matthew and they both enjoy. On returning home, Isabel finds Theo with a girl in his room getting intimate, due to which she gets very upset and starts crying. One day, Isabel brings them to the drawing room where she shows Matthew a tent. She used to make such tent when she was young and sleep inside it. Then these three sleep inside the tent. The next morning, their parents come back home and they see these three together in this condition. They get very upset and didn't wake them up. Then he signs a check, keep there and leaves from there. When Isabel wakes up, she finds the check there. She then understands that their parents came there and they have seen them in this condition and she will not be able to face her parents again. She then decides to commit suicide and leaks the gas and lies back to them. But at the same time, the protesters are going from below and a stone come inside, breaking the glass of the room, and then both Matthew and Theo wakes up. After this, Theo decides to join the protest and Isabel also goes with him. But Matthew believes in peace, so he does not go with them. And at the end, the police charge on the crowd and the movie ends here. Check out these interesting video as well. by clicking on them. Thank you and hope to see you in next one.